We'll make sure that angle is good. Face. Hey, perfect. Cool. Check, check, check. Sweet. Sweet beans. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and get this thing started. I'm guessing most of the people that want to watch this are going to watch this after I'm done streaming here. So chances are it's just going to be me on a live stream, maybe with a few people kind of going in and out. But we'll just kind of take things as they go. This is going to be a sound switch tutorial / light programming tutorial / just what I do as new productions. So if we have people show up, then we can hang out. If not, that's totally cool too. The people that want to watch this can watch this afterwards. So should be a good time. But yeah, good old sound switch here. Let me change my views. If you are watching this in post after I'm done streaming, chances are you're really interested in sound switch. You're wondering what it can do. As I was when I was first got into programming, this was a lifesaver for me. One, because I don't do things halfway, and because it's flipping cool when you can make lights do awesome things with your music. So today we're going to be doing some programming with SoundSwitch. But if you're brand new, I'll just do a quick little thingy doodah. What do you call that? Little tutorial over what is each part of this layout. So this is your venue tab. I use a big dome, and you can have multiple projects. So you can have multiple projects with different venues in them. And then the goal with venues is for all of your fixtures to be able to be patched in to an individual venue, and then those venues hopefully will be able to coordinate with one another. I don't know if I said that right at all. It's kind of confusing. I've just stuck with a single venue and just kind of programmed on that one venue. I do have another project file that has like 10 tabs, but it gets kind of confusing. So I'm pretty happy with the setup that I have now, which is called the new dome. And then I have converted that new dome setup into this studio setup right here, and then I can kind of go through the different fixtures that I have here and there. But this tutorial is over SoundSwitch, not necessarily my setup. But the studio setup mirrors exactly what I do during live performances with my big dome. So back to SoundSwitch here. So that's venues. You have your music. I'm going to be going into my crates, my Serato crates here. A little bit later on, this is your effect tab. And I apologize, you probably can't actually read this at all in the actual stream. My computer can't keep up with the 1080 live stream straight to YouTube. So you get it in 720 for now. So I'll try to use my mouse a lot and kind of explain what I'm doing. And then positions. These get super complicated whenever we get into lasers, because that's kind of how you control lasers, via positions and attribute queues. You don't actually use any dimming effects within the actual programmer itself. It's all within the positions and again attribute queues, and it can get real complicated. So I'll show that later on. And then attribute queues, again, this is where lasers shine. This is also where you can set like individual scenes, different attributes. Also, the big thing that I believe they kind of designed attribute queues for was mostly like controlling gobos, or things that kind of move in black, if you're familiar with like Grand MA, that kind of style. And I only have I have 4 moving heads that have gobos, and everything else does not. So I really don't use attribute cues a lot, except when it comes to lasers. Literally all of these are laser stuff, as well as like smoke machines and haze, if I decide to do that, bubbles, that kind of stuff. So that's here. And then you obviously have your actual programmer right here, which is kind of the meat and potatoes of it all right here, where all the magic happens. But let's just dive right into this because we can. So obviously we're gonna start where I want that heavy stuff. I'm kind of gonna do a more complicated song today. That way you can kind of see just how time consuming this can be if you're doing it to like perfection, which is kind of how I like to program. Once it's programmed, it's programmed. It can kind of get real difficult moving it to other files and whatnot, and sometimes it disappears, which isn't great. But yeah, let's which song was I gonna do? It's one of the Subtronics songs, Scream Saver. Here we go. So you'll notice there's obviously your track names here, and then you also have your actual like it's like a sound switch logo. It's right here. And if you have a program song, they will show up here. So if I go into one of my fully programmed sets here, like this was this last Halloween, this is kind of what I was talking about. So all of these are programmed. These are not. They were at one point, but via the transfer of files and me moving stuff around, those don't exist anymore, which isn't fantastic, and I'm a little not happy about, especially with this Limitless. It's proven to be very, very, it's caused a lot of problems, especially on my last live event, but that's besides the point. Let me go back to Scream Saver. So yeah, we're going to load that one in here. And then to do just a quick overview of all of this. So these are all different groups that I have, right? Let me bring all these folders back together. So I actually don't have a ton of fixtures in this venue. It's pretty simplistic. This is the DMX patching that I have, as you can see. Only one universe. There's not a lot going on. You can use 2 universes with the little expansion thingy. I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called. But I have never ever used more than one universe, like, or had the need to. Sometimes I'll separate it if I think that things are going to get kind of complicated. I don't know if it actually does anything, but it's just peace of mind, I guess. I can kind of identify what an issue is in DMX world. So that is having to do with this. This is where you set your groups. So like my arch is group 1. This is kind of the washes that go on each individual leg of the dome. That's where these end up. So I have 3 legs on one side, 3 legs on the other, which is really inconvenient for what I do, which is 4 on the floor all the time in the DJ world. So I like to pair things in 4, but it just doesn't work in this situation. So it's 3 and 3. So I used to call it just A1 for my arches. It was A1, A2, A3, A4. And then we'd have BBB, which is on the left side, and then the C, which is on the right side. I always program from a stance of if I'm looking at the performance. So if I'm an audience member, I can't remember. Is that called like stage? I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure that out right now. But these are all my washes. And then my spots, those are going to be my moving heads that for this setup that I have now are going to be up on the, on the ceiling or on my cloud, bass cloud or bass trap cloud. And then my prisms, which are going to be behind me. I keep hitting this arm. Yeah, those will be right behind me. And then I do have my fog machines patched in. If for some reason I would like to manually or program those, I can. 95% of the time, I'm just pushing a button, to be honest. And then I have my 2 lasers, the Scorpion Dual RGB. I've got 2 of those behind me here that you'll see momentarily. Awesome lasers. I think it's probably the best budget, like non-variant required DMX controlled laser that you can get. And again, you'll see a little bit what you can do with those. If anybody has any other suggestion, feel free to put it in the comments. But that's the best that I've been able to find, because I can't spend $1,500 on a single laser. It's just not practical with my my budget. And then I do have my haze programmed in. And a lot of this is also, so in order to control something manually, even via like a MIDI control, it's going to be up here, or like static looks, they have to be patched in, obviously, for it to know that it's there. So that is the primary reason why I like have the hazers patched in if I want to manually control it with my Akai MPC. I don't know how you say it. Akai? Sure, whatever. And then, obviously, your smoke here. So if I want to smoke, we can actually, speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my hazer so we can get this rolling. Boom. All right, so while that's warming up, I can kind of give you the overview. So this MIDI comes into good account here. Let me pull all my group intensities down, and again, my groups are what you are assigning in that DMX patching. And so these are everything blue is mapped to my MPC, which is nice. That way I don't have to manually go in and do all this. These are instantaneous colors, so I can hit it and it's just going to be red. But it's a hit and hold or a temp button. Again, if you're familiar with MA2 and MA3. Auto loops. So these are pre-programmed little loops that automatically load into any track that is not scripted, like in Serato. This is what I run, I would say, 80 to 90% of the time during my live stream sets, because I actually do DJ on the fly. And so it's impossible to have that number of perfectly programmed songs. So what you see is typically off of this bank. And again, all of those are mapped to my MPC Mini there. So I press things as I go. And there's a lot of different ways you can set that up. But yeah. Then you have your static looks. These are like perfectly like manual things. So if I go into like my white, that's going to be like you select your arch or all of your washes here. You would select those, check them, put them in their color. My white is kind of my white scene is my base kind of for everything. It's kind of how I troubleshoot. So if I were to hit that, everything just went into the positions that it was designed on here. So dance floor center is how I have it set on here, and I can change that if I want to. But yeah, all of my moving heads just moved to dance floor center. The reason why nothing is on is because of my my faders here. So if I crank these up, and let me go ahead and give you the studio version here. If I crank these up, actually, I'm not quite sure if I can remember off the top of my head what these are actually assigned to. But group 1 is going to be the back here. If you see me push it up, gets real bright real fast. During a live stream set, I don't usually keep them above like this 25% because it does, it washes out everything, as you can see. So we usually keep those pretty low. Group 2 should be my overhead washes here. Yeah, buddy, I got 6 of those. That would be in a practical sense. That's going to be the legs of the dome. So as they chase around me, that's what those are. Group 3 is my spots, my top spots, or my moving heads there. And again, those are in the center floor, or dance floor center position. And once I get the haze rolling, you'll be able to see those a little bit better. Let me see. Yeah, it's warmed up. Get some haze rolling. Booyah. Boom, boom, boom. That's how we do it. Sick. So while that's going, and you can kind of see those beams. People always ask, like, well, what's the big deal about haze? Well, this is a perfect representation of what haze actually does. You can see the beams, and it's actually kind of cool, you know? Sick. Let me pull this up. Boom. Boom. Yeah, so those are my my top spots there. You can do a lot with those. And in my actual dome setup, I'll actually put them sideways, kind of like the way my prisms are set up now. So that way I can sort of, kind of, have an endless circle type movement. If you can... Ugh, man. Dog in the throat. If you can imagine them sideways, they're turning, you know, clockwise and counterclockwise, and you can do a lot with them. Right now they're on the ceiling, so they're obviously facing down. There's probably enough haze for now. Boom. All right. And then next is my last group, which would be my prisms, which are one of my favorite fixtures because they're awesome. I love that. These also have a prism rotate effect. Man, you cannot see me at all, and I love it. Yeah, so those are super cool, especially when you can get the prism rotating. It's really cool effect. And I use those a bunch because, again, they're super cool. So the lasers are on an on and off only function, which stinks because they don't have a dimmer channel. They're controlled by the color, so it's kind of odd. So if you know anything about DMX World, typically you have a dimmer channel, and then you have a RGB channel to for most basic things, or fixtures. So a typical fixture would have 4 channels. So like these washes that I have, these bad boys, which are probably gonna be super washed out now. Boom! You can see how bright those things can get, especially if they're at a full. Those are at so it's master channel, so master dimmer, and then red, green, blue. And then obviously you have kind of strobe channels and whatnot. So that's how those are controlled. Super cool. Where the heck was I going with that? Yeah, I cannot remember. We're gonna get back on track here though. The lasers, of course, lasers. But those do not have that. They're controlled by the actual color, and SoundSwitch is a very master dimmer based program. So like each one of these is a master channel. So if I were to say create a so it's called a intensity override here, and then I pull that up, you'll see here that nothing happens with the lights, right? And you can see that I have pulled these up. Let me go ahead and play play a little bit of this. So you'll see that the master dimmer is up, but there's no color assigned to it. So if I were to put an actual color in, apply a color, we'll say red. That's kind of an off red. Here's a pure red. There we go. And then I go back to it. The reason why it didn't is because these faders are down. If I pull, hold on, so this is where troubleshooting can get really fun, because if you forget to turn off a static effect, or static look, it's gonna mess you up like nobody's business. And there you just saw the reds come on. But it's only the right side here, because, of course, that's the only thing that is programmed in. So if I want to do the same thing, you put a intensity override here. Boom! Guess what? Nothing happens, see? So, apply a color. There, now we have red. Super, super bright, obviously. Washes out literally everything. Actually, that's my spots, too. I accidentally grabbed both of those. Well, that's intriguing. Why did they do that? What? I don't know why they did that. So I'm on my spots layer. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Sick. All right. So that must be like a glitch or something. It literally makes everything. I think, yeah, it turns everything red so that I can. That's kind of a cool feature. That must have been in the update that I didn't realize. So if you you can actually view the color prior to it being active. So prior to applying it, which is kind of neat. So if I wanted to change kind of the actual shade of that color, I can do that, which is, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's neat. I didn't know you could do that. You learn something new every single day. But we'll go ahead and cancel that. And let me undo everything we just did. So yeah, that's a basic overview of how this software individually works. So let's get into this track. Again, I chose, this is going to be some heavy dubstep. I'm not even going to lie. The reason why I chose a track like this initially is primarily because of how complicated it is. There's so much that you can demonstrate with a track like this. 4 on the floor is great. It's super easy to program, and I'm sure that at some point I will definitely do that. But I've got time tonight, so let's go ham, because that is the new way. But let's listen to this track, and I'll kind of formulate maybe a little bit along the way of what I'm imagining to be done for this. So most dubstep intros have a pretty tame intro like this. Not too bad to program. It's a pretty static look, honestly. Oh, wait a second. I don't think that you're getting any audio now that I realize this. Let me try this again. You're definitely not. Let's see. Let's do a little check here. That's weird. This should be on there. Why would you not be getting that? That's weird. Try this one. Still nothing, eh? I just tested this earlier. What is going on? Let me check this to make sure. Sorry, I was looking at the stream to see if it was coming through and not capturing here. It wasn't. So let me do a little bit of a check on this. Not sure why that wouldn't capture. Do I need to... I can't reset this. Let me... Wait, why do I have like... Oh no. Had to be something. Oh, I wonder if it okay. I bet. Hold on. I need to go to my MIDI. I think that was the issue. Let me do a little search here. We're doing some live troubleshooting right here, ladies and gents. I'm pretty sure it was because I was messing around with MIDI earlier. This is the beauty of doing this. Yep. Doing this all live. Because naturally you have stuff go wrong. Naturally. So there's that. There's that. It's a great track, though. Okay, there's that. Now let me go to my audio settings. Just to make sure that I'm pulling out the right audio. Like I said, this was working earlier, but it's always a process, to say the least. I think again, because so originally I was going to run my microphone through Logic Pro, so that way I could EQ it, because it sounds like garbage right now. But again, it's a building process. Oh, there's sound. Scarlett's still selected, which is good. Input, maybe. Let's what would this be pulling from? Oh, when in doubt. Sorry, that's gonna get real loud for you. Why is this not working? Alright, I guess we're gonna just try to deal with this by shutting that down. And yep, I lost DMX signal. Who would have thought? Sound switch. Sound switch. This stuff's always frustrating. Sometimes I just don't understand computers. It's about to come around, though. And now I lost my mouse. Oh, there it is. There she is. Oh, boy. I hope that fixes it, because I really don't understand why this would not work. And see if I can't figure out why it's... Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Okay, we'll edit that. Let's see if this works now. Still don't have anything. What is going on? That's weird. Why would that not work? Alright, I'm just going to delete this, and we're going to try this again. Unfortunately, that means I'm probably going to have to do this, but that's okay. See if that fixed it. Hey. Alright. Sweet. So, I don't know what happened. But let me quickly set this up for you so that it is actually sounds good. Sick. So we'll put that over here again. I don't know if this is probably gonna make me redo all this. Oh, I'm frozen, aren't I? Am I frozen for you? I think I am. Of course it would happen right now, because that is what makes sense. And this is the wrong one. Fantastic. We're on the struggle bus today. Eventually we're going to start programming, I promise. Well, the good thing is I think a majority of people are going to, again, watch this in post. I've got to copy these over, so I apologize that this is a pain in the rear roar. Boom. And then this needs to obviously be behind the webcam. Oh, this bug. I'm not sure why things are slowing. Ugh. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep pushing on because this is stupid. I don't understand. Make this a little bit smaller. Oh, hey, we're back to normal. It must have just been me messing around with all the screens and whatnot. But I think, let me deal with this real quick, and then we should be okay. Put that behind here. We should be moving momentarily. Hey, Richard. Hey, Jeremy. You guys tuned in at a perfect time because I couldn't get audio going from SoundSwitch to OBS, but we have got it solved now. So you might get blasted here, but that's okay. Let's see here. All right, cool. Let me wait for the stream to catch up, and I will listen to make sure that this is like actually good. Sick. All right, we're good. All right, so I'm gonna, again, for the sake, I'm gonna edit this all later for like an actual tutorial. I already went through quite a bit, but I'm gonna listen to this track, and I already said I chose, so this is Scream Saver by Subtronics. It's a pretty heavy track, but I did that because it's more fun to program that kind of stuff, and you can kind of see how time intensive it is, of course. So I'm going to give this whole track a listen because we are now back on real time with people, and we'll start from square one. So I said earlier, most dubstep tracks obviously start like this, and hopefully we can get probably a good static look here. So about to get heavy.
You're already dead.
Gotta die sometime. Scream along if you know the words.
Target marked.
You think I'm crazy? Watch this. I'm crazy. Bye-bye.
Actually, we'll go ahead and stop it there. And we'll just focus on this first part. So obviously there's a lot going on here. So where I like to start is with probably washes. Just because washes are super easy to program. So this beginning here, let's see. So it has a little bit of attention to it. So what I'm going to end up doing is probably putting a randomized intensity effect on my dome legs. I know that sounds really weird, but at least up until this point is how I'm going to do it. So you go into your effects, intensity, random intensity, and then obviously it didn't appear that it did anything, but that's just because they're in groups. And you can see, here's my random intensity here on both my left and my right side, which are called B and C, of course. So we'll start there. And then another aspect to programming, I always like to start out kind of with a color too. I don't know what color I want to use for this. You know, I'm using red because you can't go wrong with red. Boom. Sick. So now you get to a nice intensity effect here. And I'll go ahead and switch it to my studio so you can kind of see it here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Down, 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 down. I'm not sure if I like that for the stream. It would potentially work for the dome because it wouldn't be as dramatic, but that is a lot going on the stream. So I'm gonna not do that. But what I am gonna do is we'll undo that. And I'm gonna individually select my back ones. So that's gonna be this one all the way up to here, and we'll go ahead and random intensity that. And this is actually going to be the reverse one because I set these up so that you could like chase them, if that makes any sense. Like you kind of chase them in line, but then we'll go ahead and throw a red on here. There, that looks much, much better. So I'm going to kind of leave it a little empty here just to build tension. But then I might push it a little bit harder right here. I'm actually going to run it all the way because there's not really like a straight build to this, kind of like what like big tracks would have. I mean, this is a big track, but not a massive track. So I'm actually going to continue the random intensity to here, but then I'm gonna actually have it like build forward around me. So you start here. So we're going to add this one to it. Random intensity. And same with this, all the way up until this break, essentially. Boom. And then there's also, I already know, there's also going to be one here. And that's going to go here. And those are kind of forming around me here. So go ahead and bring Studio back up for you so you can kind of see what's happening with the lights. So this is going to get a random intensity all the way up until that break as well. And then we're going to add the second wash here. And then we're going to add the third one here. So then as this builds, ooh, I have an idea. So then why don't we actually clear this out? So we're going to delete this. No, not that. We're going to not delete the override, but clear it. And then kind of have like a cascading effect here, if that makes any sense. So it's going to come down. So it should die right here. Again, we're going to clear that. Pull it down. And then same with here. This might actually look pretty cool. And then same thing for this one. So this dies right here. This one is going to die right here. Oops, that should be one earlier. Just kidding. Just kidding. Come on. That's one part of Sound Switch that I don't entirely enjoy, is kind of how finicky the mouse can be sometimes. And it might just, who knows, it might just be my computer too. But, yeah, so we start out. I'll give you the studio version here. And then we're going to go in the reverse direction, of course. So we're going to bring it back in right here. And the final, just as the final word. I wonder if I'm going to need to, that's in the wrong spot. This needs to be right here. Oh, so it actually turns into not 4 on the floor, because that's not how this kind of music works. But see, if you look at it, it will become bum 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 bum. So this, I was actually kind of correct. So this is going to now be 4 on the floor. Not again. Why do I keep saying that? It's not 4 on the floor. It's not 4 on the floor. It's not 4 on the floor. because it goes ba 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 ba. So this is going to get canceled here. This is going to get canceled here. This is going to get canceled here. And this will actually leave some a decent amount of space to build, because we know we are all about space when it comes to builds. I kind of like this little hit here. What if we just go all out and just make these all go random? Again, this is a glitch I can't stand. I wish when you applied a random effect, it would put a 0 on the first Q mark, because now I have to go through and queue up all of these. It's okay though.
You're already dead.
So these are two really, really heavy hits here, of course. So
Dead.
So this is actually going to be
Dead.
So we're there's a couple different ways I could do this. I could alternate fixtures, so I could go like, or fixture groups I should say. I could do spots to washes. I could do just the wash tops to the wash backs. I think kind of what I want to do, just because I think it always looks cool, is to do spots in the DJ position. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my positions and select my DJ booth attribute or position, and that will go ahead and assign it here. So then when I bring on the spots here, ooh, I could like alternate it too. I think I am going to do that. So instead of doing from like washes or spots to washes, what I'm going to do is select one side of my spots, or and I'll go ahead and create an intensity override here. So then when I bring this one on, you'll see, hopefully, that
Dead.
And then I also want, I believe. Is it this one? Or I'll find out. Yep. So, and then I'm gonna put it this one. So it actually goes, well, I'll just show you.
Dead.
So okay, so we're gonna do ba-da. It actually is one prior. I don't know why I went to that one. That's kind of stinky. So we're gonna undo everything we literally just did and pull this back a single. And in fact, I'm actually going to even put this here and then delete this override. and put it right here. And then alternate here. Because I want it to end on that one. So it's literally... We need some more haze in here. Haze didn't stick around very well. It's okay. And then I'm going to do a really quick chase here of those same spots. And Sound Switch is actually really good with this. I'm going to do a bounce chase. So it's kind of bouncing around me. And then we're going to go fast as humanly possible. Yeah! We'll do 132. That might be too fast. Again, as fast as humanly. That was not 132. What is going on? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 1/16. Why did it do that? We shall see. But you'll get the point here. So it goes. It's not too bad, actually. Alexa, turn off cloud. Yeah, perfect. And bring out the lasers, dog. Yeah, buddy. And I'm going to continue that chase all the way over to the next break. So it's this bar right here. So this is actually going to go all the way to here, that chase. Bounce chase, I should say. So now... Perfect. And then now it's... yeah, so let's play around with some lasers now. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is, for sake of things getting super crazy, actually, yeah, so I want to create a position override. So the reason why I create a position override immediately is so that this technically doesn't, okay, let me check to make sure. Oh yeah, so the way positions work is, this is my position page. So if I were to go into one of my positions, such as DJ booth, that carries information into the Scorpions here. So it is actually sending the Scorpions literally this information. So if I were to put another position here for the Scorpions, per se, this is going to get really kind of confusing until you actually see it. But let me go into my actual lasers here. So my up function. So if you saw in this little camera down here, when I hit up, even though the position is assigned to lasers, it still carries information, right, for all of these, which is a little stinky. I'm not going to lie. That's the only thing I do not like about it. But the nice thing is they do have that workaround of I can put all my positions via a position override. So this is like a master channel. I should have talked about that. This little thing right here, this is your master track. So if I want everything to come on here, I can literally just grab it and pull it up, and everything will come on. I never really use this for programming because I'm picky. Not even gonna But the master color is super nice in this situation. I can pull that red all the way across. All right, cool. So now that we have created a nice, I was on the wrong position, override. I was on the hazers, which is okay. So I'll go ahead and do that for my scorpions. Let me drag out. Again, mouses and sound switch. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose it. All right, cool. Create position override. We're gonna go in. And obviously this is where we want fun laser stuff to happen. So the first thing that I typically do for lasers is to assign the color, because that actually turns them on. Who would have thought? And the way you do that is, at least with these Chauves, is to go into your laser, or to assign attribute cues. I've already done that here. This has all of your laser colors. So if I want them to be red, lo and behold, they shall be red. And I know you can't see that. Here, let me put you on the studio. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there. And it defaults to a circle. So each of these are doing a circle right now. Again, it's kind of difficult to actually see what is going on the stream. Or I should say just on video in general, because cameras, or my camera is only filming at 30 frames a second. Therefore, it's only picking up each scan of 30. So to me, they look relatively solid. Kind of. Not really. But they are circles. So yeah, I will assign a color. I kind of want to do something contrasting from the spots since they're already red. So let's do... what would be kind of a cool color for this? Yellow? Would yellow be kind of cool? No, I don't like that. Let's do blue. No, we don't. I want something kind of in your face. And blue, you'll see here. I'll put it on here just so you can see. But blue is... So it works great, I guess, in the studio environment. Does not work great at all in a live environment because these aren't super high powered. So it's very difficult to actually see what the heck they're doing. Let's cyan. Rock some cyan. See, let's do cyan and red. I kind of like that for this song. I don't know why that's fitting, but it is. So let's send it. Yeah, so I will assign my color. So if I go before that cue there, and then I am to go past the cue. Now you can kind of see in that thing that it's happening. Stuff is working as it should. So now that we have a color assigned, you can do split colors. Those are actually exactly the same as what I was just doing. It's just instead of applying it to both of the lasers, I only have one of the lasers that is applied while the other one is off. So you see that this one's color is at 0, which means off, and this one is on pink right now. I know you can't see that, but that's okay. But yeah, back to cyan. So now that we have our color, same thing. We're going to go to our patterns. And anything super large like these circles are right now, again, do not work super well in the studio environment or any environment just because it's a lot going on. I like to, personally, with lasers, I like to have your stereotypical, not stereotypical, but what you actually think of as a laser. So you have that nice, well, like a laser. Like it's not so much like a aerial sky like what you're seeing right now. And let's see, expanding square. This is where it just kind of gets fun because you can choose what you want and just see what happens. I do know one of these is triangle eyes, I think, are really good for this. No, maybe not. The saw might the saw might work. I can't. No, I want something that's gonna be super thin. Ooh, that might work. So you'll see that. So I've set my pattern. So now is when kind of positions can come in to fill the gap. Obviously, if you do that, it's gonna look decent. But I want a lot of movement from this because I mean, that's a heck of a synth. That was my dubstep noises, by the way. So we're gonna move that over. And then we'll go ahead and play around with, let me bring this back, some attribute cues. Go into my lasers. And this, they're kind of up right now. So if I bring them down, I'm actually really curious to see what happens here. Nothing. Sick. So those are literally as low as they can get. See what Y-Fast does. Why are those not responding? Okay, well, that's working for whatever reason. I'm confused. Let me try putting it down here just to make sure that I'm not being funky. Oh, I know why. There we go. All right, now let me show you what I just did. So, Y-Fast is an attribute. Again, if I go into here, this took a lot of experimentation, and I'm still experimenting with this. But you just kind of play around with what happens when you literally just pull these things, these dots around with the lasers. So now if I show you what they're actually doing right now, that's pretty cool. I actually really like that. I don't like it a ton though, just for how upwardly beamed they are. I mean, so this will look really cool, don't get me wrong. Here, I can show you. Yeah, I mean, that looks sick. I'm going to add an extra layer of potentially a zoom effect here. Just out fast, see what happens. That's kind of cool looking. Let me see what my fast in out does. No. Zoom slow. No. I think I actually need an X effect to start making them kind of twist back and forth here. So let's see. That's going to be my axis effects. So if I x-axis fast, let me delete that position just to see what's happening. Okay, I kind of like that. That's cool looking. I do want to see what happens when you move the z-axis, though. Or maybe even potentially the y-axis. And a lot of this just has to do with that dots that I chose. So I might have to go back. Again, this is just the beauty of programming. If I remember correctly, you can do it. No. Quad box. Yes. Give me the quad box. So the cool thing about quad box, so each laser makes 4 boxes. The cool thing about what you can do with this, though, is I can set my zoom to be really tight. And so that will actually help a lot. So that's what happens when your zoom is super tight. But then the cool part about that is that if I throw then that like Y fast on top of it, and I actually want XY fast, so then it is moving back and forth as well.
Dead.
Not in love completely.
Dead.
Actually, I don't know if I like that being come on, delete. So I actually do like that. That looks pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Yep, that's it right there. That is legit. I really like that. So now it all comes down to actually aligning all of these attribute cues. Because right now I've been just kind of, stacking them so I can keep track of them, but it gets kind of confusing because it'll hit each one of those individually. So this one can actually disappear because that's my dots. And again, this is why I layer them like that, so that way I can always go back and play around with them. But if I make all these move this way, now,
Dead.
and then I'll give you a little look preview as to what that looks like.
Ready. Dead.
And this is where they will go off, of course. Laser colors is going to be off. Okay, well, where is my off? Am I missing it? I should have an all. Oh, here we go. Laser off all. I think this does everything though. I think that literally kills everything. Yep. So that is for all of the effects. So if I were to just shut this off, that just kills the color, which is what I want, because I'll bring him back in. And then we'll bring him back in here. Should we do a different color? No. We got a lot of space to make up here, so
Gotta dice.
and again, we'll put an off here. So because this, I already know how this track is kind of laid out, I can kind of duplicate my attribute keys here. So oh, I put it in the wrong spot, so it goes here. Oops, there we go.
Gotta die sometime.
Just move this one along.
Gotta die sometime. Scream along if you know the word.
Alright, so that's kind of a basic layout.
Gotta die sometime.
So this has a little different of a feel to it. It's more of a like a pecking noise to it. It's like a. So I'm actually going to change the pattern here. And we're going to do something a little less in your face. Maybe tiny boxes. And I think that's because I have the zoom set the way it is. Let's see. This becomes a lot to keep track of, if you could only imagine. Oh, that's really cool. I know you can't. It doesn't have that big of an effect on the stream or on the video, but that's actually a super cool effect. And I think it's because I have a tight, a little tight thing here on the mirror. Where was I at? Right here. So tight zoom, but I think it's because I made this narrow up here. Or down. I think it's because it's this down effect. So if I go into my down effect, where is down? This is where kind of things can get nice and funky. So you see how just kind of moving these things around gets really interesting. Because I think if I go, so this is how you get that nice. This is that laser effect I was talking about. So if I pull this down, let's see here. So that's the effect I'm kind of looking for this moment in time. And I might make it red, in fact. And then obviously speed it up. Yeah, I really like that. But for now, this needs to be programmed as down, which is right there. And then I'm actually going to make, I've been meaning to do this, but I need to make a a pattern specific. A pattern specific thing. I did the same thing. So we're going to make a pattern specific. Yeah, AA Ron. We are 100% working on some lights tonight. Well, right now we're doing some lasers, which is arguably much more fun. So I'm going to create a position queue folder. And we're going to call it pattern specific. So then I can start saving, because the zooms are different on all of the patterns. So if I choose the down effect, it's going to be a completely different look on one pattern to another. So this one, I'm actually going to create a brand new position. Not a position folder. Brand new position. I'm going to add that to my position pattern specific folder. And then we're going to go in here. Well, we might as well duplicate it because I know we're going to have more than this. So go ahead and go into the position. We'll select our scorpions. You see they moved up back to that center position. So what did I say? We're going to do something down here. I think this slows it down, right? There's so much to this. Oh, I know why they're doing that. That little stutter thing. It's because we're going to apply that. It's because of one of these. Tiny box, cyan. I think is it this tight zoom that's doing that? So when in doubt, I typically just apply this laser off all here. Boom. And then when I go in to apply that new position, which I forgot to name, it's going to be called, what is this? It's not the quad box. What was it? Tiny box. So it's going to be, I'm going to have to get real specific with this. So tiny box down X fast. That works. Apply. And then we're going to go ahead and apply that in this moment. And the fun thing about positions is that they fade in between positions. So I have to actually... Aaron, why did you think everything froze? Did it actually freeze? Because if so, I should probably know that. Unless the lasers are just doing funky things for you. I don't know. I do not know. But let's go ahead and adjust this tiny box down fast. Before I was explaining about those things. So let's go super fast, but as low as we can. It drives me crazy that those are two different cyans. Like, I don't know how lasers work. Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron. I'll make sure not to stop the light movement while I'm programming. But no, it drives me crazy how one of the lasers... So these are both programmed as cyan, but the other one clearly looks green. So somebody can try to explain to me why... I don't know if the laser's going bad or if the... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how... Yeah, I know. It does look green and blue, but they're both programmed as cyan. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Let me, before I look super crazy, let me actually check this to make sure it isn't actually not green. So right now they both have this attribute queue, and they're both on the same value. So I don't know why that one is very green. And it's progressively gotten worse. Like, it used to be, like, cyan. Like, they used to be the same color. So I don't know if lasers can... I don't know, can lasers go bad? 2023 cyan. Something like that. But for now, I mean, there's nothing I can really do. So that's the actual color green, and I can show you. So that's the green. Obviously, the greens are fine. The blues are fine. The yellows are fine. The pinks are fine. Okay, is it just me, or did that... I'm so confused. That's like a different color now. Like, that's actually cyan. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? I don't know. Either way, let's keep moving on, because we'll just keep it like that. But here we go. Let's see what we got here. So scream along if you know the words. It's changing over time. I know. I can see that. The question is, why are they not on? They should be on. Okay, now I don't have any control over anything. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Just for kicks and giggles, let's see. Okay, no, that's working. So something got carried over that was not supposed to be carried over. I think it's this. Why? Bruh, what is going on, dude? Maybe it's is it this cyan value, you think? Bet it is. Bro, I'm so cornfused, dude. Alright, let's try that. Alright. Now.
Gotta die sometime.
And fail. Dude, that's a different cyan though. That's not the same one that I was looking at. 100% not. Oh, bro. It just switched. What? Looks like I'm about to spend a lot more money on a replacement. Then I can use that one as like a centerpiece. Moving on. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. That's gonna be sick. I love it. I love it. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm just gonna leave it alone here, but
Scream along if you know.
yeah, dude, I love that. That looks sick.
Gotta die sometime.
I want to do a different color here. Now that we've established that all those cyans are different, same but different. Let's do red, because you can't go wrong with red. Red, 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 red. Boom, shakalaka. Yes, sir. That's gonna be sick. I feel like I should slow that down, though. Here, let me bring it back. Bring it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. There we go. I just need more lasers. I think that's the issue. So is it working to the best of the music, or are you controlling it? I'm assuming you meant beat, working to the beat of the music? Maybe. I think that's what you meant. Oops, I just changed one scorpion. Ooh, this is res style now. And now they're off because I did that. So fantastic. I do want them to go a little bit faster. That's actually that's a cool offset. Let's see here. Should I go super fast? Oh yeah, I think so. I think that's the only way to do it. Boom. Yeah, that's sick. I love it. All right, let's move back. I don't like that. I don't know why it looks like they're so separated. They're like almost hitting the camera. I wonder if it has to do with... Oh. So this is what I was referring to earlier. So in Sound Switch, for whatever reason... Well, I know the reason for it, but it's inconvenient when it comes to lasers. The positions fade in between one another. So, like, if I'm going from down to wide, these scorpions will fade from here to here over time. Attribute cues are instantaneous, but with this, I actually have to pull the this like the previous cue or the previous position all the way to this new position, or else it's not, like, it's gonna fade to it and it's kind of super awkward. See, now that's a lot different of an effect than what we originally had, so it literally goes from... Yeah! Let's go!
Gotta die sometime. If you know the word.
Cool. Now we add the spice to it. And this is going to be washes, because these are like blinders per se. So let's go ahead and move up to our washes. Open this up a little bit. Ba-da. And then I'm going to do alternating. So I'm going to go into my arches and go ahead and create intensity override. Pull this up. And then pull this over. And over. And then we have something like this. And same thing, we're going to pull the spots back into it. Oh, the visuals. So I haven't made visuals for this. If you are volunteering, you are totally welcome to do so. That's such a sick synth there. Same with this. So we're going to actually, I don't want to do a bounce chase because I want to pull this all the way forward to the next drop. Bow. Group and 1/32 again. So then we have
Gotta die sometime.
This is going quick now.
Already dead.
And I don't typically like things to be static like that, so I'm gonna add a strobe effect to those arch hits here. So apply strobe, and I want them to strobe really fast, almost to the point where it's like not even noticeable. But that's gonna add a lot more to that effect. And the funny thing about these washes is that if you have the strobe effect too high, their DMX values won't capture. It's fantastic. Why is it doing that? Oh. Helps if I apply it to the whole group, not just the one. What should we do for visuals on this one? It's so dynamic, it's almost... I don't know. I don't know what you'd do for this. Something epic as always. So the reason why I'm not programming to a visual track is because I don't run visuals during live streams. And the big primary reason is I have figured out how to copy and paste all of what I'm doing to the actual visual file whenever I do make it. So that's the primary reason why I'm not doing visuals on this one in particular. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cruising.
Gotta die sometime.
I feel like we need a color transition there.
Gotta die sometime.
Ba-bum-bum-ba-bum. Same thing. So I'm actually going to copy this. And you'll see, again, sound switch is a little rough here. It's okay. I will give them grace.
Die sometime.
So, but oh, they fixed it. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So it used to be, if I had this track and I copied this, it would copy everything within like this box. So it would like implant, like all of these would look like this, which was a pain to fix. But and all I want to do now is copy that singular hit right here and put that right here. So then it's ba da 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 da. And this is going to be kind of fun too, because we're going to put a intensity override on this. And same thing, put it on this one. So now we're going to have this. This is a strobe, by the way, these dotted lines. So bum 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 ba da. Pretty sick. Let me give you back your studio so you can see it. And this one, I'm actually going to put a chase on the dome so that it's chasing around me super fast. All the way up to the next. Which is a long one. Come on. And that is the reason why these groups are set up the way they are, so that I can actually chase them. Bounce, 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 bounce. Nope, I just want a forward chase. So now, since they're aligned in a circle, a forward chase is a circle. Stinks on these fixtures individually. You can't do 1/32. I think they pull out pretty quickly. Let me Oh no, it works. It's probably because there's enough separation in between their hits.
Gotta die sometime.
Yeah, I really like that actually. That looks cool.
Gotta die sometime.
Ooh, what if we do a cyan and a pink transition on these lasers? So let's do. So this is why I have a whole other folder of attribute cues that are laser split colors. So I'm going to make 2 new ones. Oh, I have a pink and blue too. That might look cool. But I'm going to actually do rename this, and it's going to become cyan and red plus red 1, and this one is going to be cyan red 2. Cyan plus red 2, and then the fun part of actually making them the way they are. So this one we are going to make cyan. This other one shall make red. And this other one, we go in this one is going to be red. And this one is going to be cyan. Boom. We'll apply that. So then when we go in here, instead of making this cyan, delete attribute Q, it's actually going to become cyan and red. And then every quarter note, we are going to run the separate, well, in conjunction or whatever you want to say, in series. So then the red and the cyan flip-flop there. And then they go off. Sick. So now you have kind of this sort of effect going on. Again, it's just to create a little bit more energy in this, like, kind of drop. Ooh, that looks sick. I like that. So it goes a little like this.
Gotta die sometime.
I think I put it on the wrong one. I think it's supposed to go here. Yeah, so this one is actually need to be cyan red too. Boom. And then before I forget, I'm actually going to drag those up into my split colors. Because as you can see, I've been lazy and didn't do any of these. Performing heart surgery on a computer. Yeah. I mean, it shows you how technical you can get with it, which is super fun. But now you should be good.
Gotta die sometime.
Why is that not engaging? For some reason, this one is not wanting to recuperate. So we've got 31. Oh, it's because it's the same one. That's why. There we go. All right. Yeah. And then for even more fun,
Die sometime.
let's actually make these cyan. Oh, there's so much you can do with this. I love it. I love it. Forward chase it. Forward chase this group super fast again. And then we're actually going to make a color override now. Because we can. No, so what is happening is everything right now is globally red except for the lasers, which I talked about a little bit earlier. But in order to make something that isn't being controlled by the master, you obviously have to make via override in the actual group itself or fixture itself. Yeah. And then again, we are going to do this bad boy. So do bottom. And I'm actually going to copy this one since it's the exact same configuration. Oops, that's not the exact configuration. Be this one. let me listen to what this second drop sounds like.
Know the word.
Wash heavy. I want to hear what this one's.
Already dead.
I'm crazy.
So that's where some crazy stuff can happen, but I'm not going to hold back on this one at least. We're going to make it. So this is going to be kind of fun too. We're going to bring the prisms into this now. This pink channel here. And we're going to create a position override. And we're going to go from down. Oh, that was a good one. Go into my positions, and we're going to go down to up. Or I wonder, let's do a cross. Let's do crossed over. I think that's going to look better anyway. And then we'll go ahead and put a singy on this. Create intensity override. And then we'll go ahead and put the strobe on it, because we can. And this is also another fixture where if you put it at 100%, it won't work. So let's see what that looks like. And I'll give you back your face. Not that one. Studio. Oops, I put it in the spots. Dingus. Darn flarbit. Alright, let's put it here. And this isn't supposed to be there. And let me go ahead and delete this override. Delete the override. And clear the strobe. So I want that to come to pass a little bit earlier. And definitely a different color. It's all kind of fading in now. And let's see what that looks like. Yeah! I feel like I need it to go even a little bit sooner than that, to be honest. Ooh, what if we do wide to cross? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're actually going to do a wide position on those prisms. So then hopefully they will kind of go from outward to inward, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to work. It's kind of cool, I guess. I'm not in love with it. Yeah, I think that'll work for now. It will work for now.
Beam along if you know the word.
Alright, now we need to figure out how to fill that space. Well, when in doubt, just do the same thing. So we're going to give you this. And we'll do a forward chase again. Actually, let's do a reverse chase, because reverse is opposite of forward, and we don't like to do the same things over and over and over again. But instead, this time, we're going to make these cyan. I think we need some more haze. Boom, boom, clap, the sound of my heart.
Beam along if you know the...
And of course, the spots. And we're actually going to make a position override on these two, because from here, they've been doing the dance floor center. What is going on with that? Oh, I got you. And then we're going to move dance floor center to here. And then we're going to start them out at the DJ booth, though. And then make them chase super fast once again. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it, bruh. We're working. We are working for sure. Boom. Alright. Let's see if that's worthy of that. Heck yeah. That's sick, dude. I love it. All right, let's play this back. Let's go, bro. Yeah.
Beam along if you know.
I love that. I love that a lot, actually.
Beam along if you know the word.
And since this is like a very vocal part that honestly a lot of people would know, I'm gonna do an audience blinder here with the back arches. Yes. Audience blinder. And we're gonna make it like an orangish color. Whew, my goodness, that is a lot. That's a lot too. So this is where I would normally have my MIDI board connected, but I've got 15 billion USB things plugged in here, so it is what it is. I think this, nope, that's more blue. I think that's the one I want. Yeah, I don't want that. I want it a little bit more orange than that. Why am I not getting any feedback on those? We'll do something like that. Boom. Apply.
Beam along if you know the word.
Yeah, that'll work. That will work. And then we'll bring the tops into it. And that's going to be this many bars. And this is one of my favorite abilities in Sound Switch, is to do an alternating chase. This bad boy right here. And then if I do a diagonal chase. So this is kind of, I don't know why it says light count. That threw me off forever, for a long time, because it's not light count. It's like number of groups. So like if I want 2, if I hit light count 2, that means there's going to be 2 groups. If I do an inline, that means it's going to separate these 6 fixtures into 2 groups, so 3 apiece in a line. So it'll be very like segmented. It'll be like bump, 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 bump. Whereas a diagonal puts them like kind of like your carnival style, like lights, if that makes any sense. And you'll see it here in literally a second. And these are actually every 8th note because it's the beat grid that I assigned to it in Serato is halftime because it's like a headbanging style. So this is actually going to be every 8th note. Pew! Again, didn't look like it did anything, but of course it did. Because Sound Switch is sick. And then I'm actually going to make a color transition here. Apply color transition, and we're going to go from that orange that we have on that back ones, and of course we're going to go to red to kind of finish out, because we go from that and then we want to end up red. So you get a little something like this.
If you know the word.
So there's actually a break there. So this is going to be 16th notes up to here for the alternating chase. 16th notes, 2. So there you go. And then 32nd notes here. Who would have thought? Rocket surgery. And we're just going to extend this out to here as well. So we have a nice smooth transition away from that orange back into the red.
Target marked.
And here we're going to do
target marked.
I want to bring the lasers in here, because you're not really going to expect them to be here, because you want the, like, you'd be thinking like
target marked.
Like you think that's going to be like a heavy wash thing, but the nature of how this beat grid is set up right here, or not beat grid, but just the song itself, it's very bouncy in a way, and this isn't really laser conducive. It's so I'm actually going to use the washes to carry this part of the song, but I think it'd be really cool to use the lasers here.
Marked.
Ba ba ba. So let's go into here. Ooh. So this I'm gonna use that alternating style again. So the first thing we're gonna do is select which one I want to do. And I think we're gonna do red. And here we are, making more magic. So for here, red 1 is going to be the left side. So that one. And then this one's going to be 0. So apply. So then this now becomes red 1. Who would have thought? Red 1. And then we're going to duplicate that one. I think that puts it clear at the end. Yeah. I wonder if Sound Switch could fix that to where it puts it in the same stack. That would be super nice, because then I wouldn't have to drag it up. And red 2. Try to keep track of it here. Red 2 should be the right side. So this becomes 0. This one becomes red. Boom. And the reason why they're still moving is because I haven't killed anything from the last time. So this is where I made a laser off all. It's sort of a macro attribute in a way, because it kills everything. It's kind of nice. But yeah, so we're going to have red 1 here. And then red 2 here. And then red 1 here. And then off. Just to give it a little break. Sweet. And then the reason why they're still moving, once again, is because the position. So I need to actually make a position off. Not make it, I already have it, but go into my lasers and off. This is tiny box down X fast.
Target marked.
Hey, I know you can't see that, but here I'll give you a little sneak peek. So it goes.
Target marked.
And they're way too high. So this is where I'm gonna actually put this off function here, and then bring out the I think the down function. Let's see if that did anything. Nope. So this is circles? Or is it tiny boxes? I think it's supposed to be tiny boxes. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be tiny boxes. Well, let's see if we can't amend that by deleting that position and doing narrow. Nope, that's not gonna work. Wide. See if that brings them down. Nope. Oh, this is where we make yet another one. Dance floor center. Let me make sure that's the actual one I want before I go making another. Fun. Not that. Let's do double box. Oh, yeah. It's because it has those sharp corners on them. We could do dots. I think that's going to be... No. Well, it looks like we're stuck with this double... No, which one was it? Tiny boxes. Not that we're necessarily stuck with it, but... I think that's definitely going to be the move. Tiny box, tiny box, tiny box, tiny box. I thought there was another one in here. I'm not going to lie. All right, well, we're going to make a tiny box down then, because we can. So we'll go ahead and go into... actually, I'm just going to duplicate this one. Duplicate. Put it back in here. And then... Come on. And then this one is going to become tiny box down. I use this a lot, so this is actually come into very much use. And I would like to see what that's going to look like on the studio. So I want this to be as low as possible. Oh, because it's not zoomed in, I bet. Yep. So if you zoom, let me go and apply that, and then we'll go ahead and put that right here, and then we'll go ahead and put a zoom effect on it, tight zoom. That did nothing. What happens if you open the zoom? Oh, it's because I put that in front of the... That's why. So it was behind the actual, the kill all. Oh, wait a second here. Oh, wait, no. That should work. Now we're good. Actually, that did not help at all, because let's see if I can actually bring these down. Okay, yes, I can. Heck yeah. Oh, this will look cool. Yeah. I want these to cross. But I'm also going to be standing up. We'll put... Let's see if that's going to contact me when I'm standing up. Kind of. It's not too bad. I'm going to move it just a little inward, though. Put it like right there. So it kind of goes over my shoulder. Yeah. Actually, should we do some programming standing up? I think so. Booyah, booyah. That's how we do it. There we go. All right, let's do some stand-up programming now. Ha, stand-up programming. So we'll go ahead and apply that. And then I think that I'm going to need to make it so it's focused. Come on, focus. Focus. Come on. Come on, focus. Focus, focus. All right, let's see what we got so far. I think that should work.
Target marked.
That's sick. I like that. All right, let's take a little... Why will my camera not focus? That's going to drive me bonkers. Let's bring these in. Come on, camera. You can do it. You can do it. Bum bum ba da da dum bum ba. Ba ba bum 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 ba. There. Whew, that was painful.
Know the word.
Target marked.
I really like that.
Target marked. Target marked.
And then we're going to alternate these. Oh, you're going to get a nice view of that. I don't know if that's... No, you can't see anything. It's a little better. Cool. Yeah, so... Let's see here. We got...
Target marked.
Yep, so arches are going to come in here and really pack a punch. Create intensity override. And we're actually going to fade this. And same with this. No, they didn't fix that, which is unfortunate. What is going... Oh, maybe that way? I don't know. We'll copy this. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. The beauties of programming. Welcome to the future. Please let that work. Please, please, please let that work. I just have a lot to copy. Ugh! Come on, sound switch. Man. You wouldn't think it'd have to be this difficult. You wouldn't think, at least. You would not think. Alright, we'll try that. See if that works. Alright, give you a little change of pace there. Perfect. I might actually make this second color, though, different. So we might make this cyan, just to keep with the theme. I do like that really intense red though. That's pretty sick. So apply that. So we come out of this laser situation. So it's
Target marked.
sick. I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. What is going on with that one? What? Again, good old sound switch glitches. Bum bum ba ba da dum bum ba. I need to figure out how to lock that. I think I can in settings, but for some reason it won't let me go into like advanced properties. I don't know. It's weird. Thank you, Richard. I like my boom mic. It's very professional. I can walk all the way around the studio. It's funny. Richard, you want to see what I got so far, bro? I don't know if you've actually been watching, but let's run it back. Let's run it back. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Start from square one here. And we'll get rid of that so you can kind of get the full thing. Let's do it.
You're already dead.
Gotta die sometime. Scream along if you know the words.
Target marked.
You think I'm...
Whoa. Whoa, dude. Sick. Sick, dude. Boom. That oh, show me that beautiful bean footage. Yeah, I don't. Sorry about it. I wish I could understand that. I don't. So that's going to change, obviously. Get rid of that. What if we bring in some prisms? Bup, 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 bup. Bup, 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 bup. So it's going to be prisms. And I think it drops out. Yep, right there. So just 2 bars. Alright, that camera is going to be the death of me. Why will it not stay focused? And I can't keep it focused. So there was a way that I could lock it last time, but I can't figure out how to do it now. It's weird. there was like custom settings. And I should have locked it while I had the chance. I wonder if do I need to go into... Let me try just opening this Logitech thingy. See if if I can lock it there. I doubt I'll be able to, but I don't understand defaults. Not it. I wonder if I can only adjust it while it's not playing or something. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is. Settings? Yeah, I don't know. That's super funky. I don't know why it won't let me. It did before. Maybe studio mode? Maybe it will there? Nope. That's okay. We'll just keep pushing on. Hopefully it won't do it, but we'll see. Moving on. I guess that doesn't need to be an alternating chase. If it's just two fixtures, that would be a forward chase. Was that 16th? Yep. That's how we do it. I kind of like the positioning of those two. We're going to carry this forward, of course, because why not? The true question is, why are those all one off? Oh, now they're not. That's weird. Not sure why it appeared that way. But let's go right here. I am so hungry. I need to eat. Brother. See, this is the little nuances of Sound Switch that I feel like would be so simple to fix. I don't understand why they haven't been fixed yet. It's so baffling to me. I would save so much time.
think I'm crazy? You think I'm crazy?
You think I'm crazy?
You think I'm crazy? Watch this. Watch this.
Run it back. Not really. We're not running it back yet. Let's do bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Super fast bounce. And we're going to do it in cyan. Because we can.
I'm crazy. Watch this.
And then we do the good old copy and paste method. And then we go through and fix all of Sound Switch's flaws. Copy and paste can be a menace as much as a blessing when it comes to these things. All right.
You think I'm crazy? Watch this. I'm crazy. Watch this.
That's odd. Not sure why it did that.
Crazy. Watch this.
Oh, that's why. There.
You think I'm crazy? Watch this. I'm crazy. Bye-bye.
All right, I think we're almost to a stopping point here because I've been dealing with technical difficulties like this whole night, and I didn't get nearly as far as I wanted to, but it seems like a good place to stop.
You think I'm crazy? Watch this.
Let me fix those one things here. And if you tune in later on for a different track, you'll see how easy it is to program just a 4-on-the-floor house track compared to this. Again, I mean, this could theoretically be easy, but why would we want to make it easy?
I'm crazy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And this is actually going to get carried out. Carried out, all the way potentially to here. Get rid of that. Come on. There. And then we might reuse that beginning. Alright, but let's just see. Let's see what this whole track, or the first half of this track and first drop is going to look like. It's fun stuff. It's fun stuff. Here we go. This is Scream Saver. Scream Saver by Subtronics. And for future editing purposes, this is Scream Saver by Subtronics.
You're already dead.
Gotta die sometime. Scream along if you know the words.
Target marked.
You think I'm crazy? Watch this. I'm crazy. Bye-bye.
Oh. That was great, but not perfect. The only part that I really want to change right now is this. That shouldn't be there. This should be this should be spots that are bouncing back and forth. So then you get something that looks a little like this.
I'm crazy. Bye-bye.
Sick. Now we're cruising with Crisco. Alright. I'm calling it a night right there. Seems like a logical stopping point to me, but I don't know who my one concurrent viewer is. But thanks for hanging in there with me. Yeah, next time we should be able to get going a little bit sooner, trying to fight all these technical difficulties and whatnot. And I need to figure out that Zoom thing, because that's bugging me. But hope everybody had fun tonight, and we are definitely going to finish this ASAP, because this is a sick track, you know? Like, what's not cool about that?
Gotta die sometime. Scream along if you know the words.
All right. Good night, everybody.